Slowly, I began picking up my old clothes, folding them and putting them into brown paper bags to be given away. I am reminded of summer days and nights just like now that have long passed. I think about the old boyfriends, like boyfriends, like there was two.
Been through the pages of my old journals, with every turn another memory.
Hi, welcome to the 82nd episode of Journaling Through the Years. I am Leah Liz, and I've got my whole 1920s flapper girl camo look going on. This is Journaling Through the Years. It's a series on this channel wherein I read from my journals that I have been writing in since I was old enough to hold a pen or a pencil. We are almost done with this one, only a few pages. We're not going to finish today though. But this is the sophomore through junior year, summer between. We have had some content warning, but I don't think that is going to happen in this episode. So, check the links below for the bonfire, for the fundraisers for NAMI Southern Oregon and the Trevor Project. The Patreon link is there. Also, the CafeGirl Thriving Artist website if you want to hear more about CafeGirl. Okay. On June 22nd, 1995, so pretty recent to the big breakup and all that. Slowly, I began picking up my old clothes, folding them and putting them into brown paper bags to be given away. I am reminded of summer days and nights just like now that have long passed. I think about the old boyfriends, like boyfriends, like there was two. I think about the old boyfriends I had and knew, what we did and all we shared. I remember wearing these clothes at a time when I was so very different and younger 2 years ago. Not just by age. I could never have dreamed how my life could have changed in 2 years. No. As much as it has now, or anyone else's life has changed. Just wait, 15, 16-year-old me, until you're 45, and then you'll see some changes. It seemed like with the changes of my life, it affected everyone else as well as their changes affecting me. Is it affecting or affecting? Like E-F-F-E-C-T or A-F-F? I always get that confused, but I put A-F-F, affecting. People learn from each other. People are affected by people, and people must live amongst each other. They must live amongst each other in order to survive. They must. I feel as if by folding those clothes away, I'm folding up my old memories, finally letting go, not to miss, but to laugh over and remember always. To laugh over. You know, there was an episode of Beverly Hills 90210 wherein Brenda had been broken up with from Dylan, and then he and Kelly had told her that not only were they together, but they'd been together when she was in Paris, and she was heartbroken. And there was a whole episode where she read a journal, and then she was putting things away that remind her of her previous relationship with Dylan and all that. That just reminds me of this, is that folding and probably giving away clothes that matter to, that were part of my old life. I mean, I still do that. I give clothes away, I give things away, but there is a sense of okay, I'm going to keep these things, they're precious to me, but I'm going to give away these other clothes, and I wore them at this time, and there's a healing aspect of getting rid of these old items and not holding on to them and able to move on. I find it interesting that I'm noticing this age, how the changes in me and what I was going through was affecting other people, and I think in a positive way, but I think also how it must have been for my friends, seeing me so depressed and suicidal, how that negatively affected them. They were just kids and they were worried. I'm grateful that so many of them were there, and if they're watching and they knew me at that time, then I am very grateful that you were there and you stayed, then and now. But that was a burden on you. You were just a kid, and I was just a kid, and I didn't have adequate support really other than you. So I'm grateful for that you were there and that you kept me alive, that your love kept me alive. And I guess that's that affection. That's us affecting each other. You kept me alive, but I did probably cause you a little bit of worry and concern because of my depression. I'm sorry for that. You were just a kid. You didn't need that extra burden. But in a positive way, people do, the changes we go through affect one another. Whether, even if it's a small thing, you know, if you see something happen on the street and you don't know the people that have the accident, you're going to be affected by the fact that you saw an accident. It's going to be there forever and ever. You're never going to forget. I'm folding up my old memories and finally letting go. Not to miss, but to laugh. Not to laugh, just to laugh. Ha ha! To laugh over, you know, I mean, my childlike way was saying, like, but to laugh at. But, like, there is a beauty in putting things away and maybe remembering fondly this time. And, of course, my melodramatic, like, wannabe Shannon Doherty, Brenda Walsh self, who watched Brenda do all these things and pulled away her into the boxes about Dylan McKay, whatever. And, you know, I was being melodramatic. But there, even to this day, if I find something that reminds me of a time that was painful or a person, I can look at it and remember the good times, but then maybe, like, release it. Say, you know what, I don't need this anymore. So there's a magic and a power of releasing, of going through your old items and releasing and letting go and healing. And with that, I must be off to continue the rest of my day. And I will say, and you can say it with me, you matter, your life matters, you are worthy, and you are worthy of love. And always remember to love your thrive and find your sunshine.